Anyone here?
Isn't this a scream?
Boy, this political stuff is exciting, you know?
It is, especially when you're with a winner.
Can you believe it?
Not yet.
Listen, the natives are getting restless. I think we need to start as soon as the mayor gets here.
I'm not making my acceptance speech without Dad and Ryan by my side.
Oh, your father's attacked.
What about Ryan? Has anyone found him?
He's probably with your father. You want me to check?
Thank you, Rachel.
You better hurry. That crowd says it was going to storm the gates. How does it feel, Senator Harrison?
I can't begin to describe it, Ada. Excuse me.
What's wrong?
Nothing. I was just thinking about wanting all the people that I love next to me tonight.
You mean Paulina?
No, actually, I was wishing my mother were here.
I'm glad your mother isn't here tonight. To hear you talk about ruining your brother's finest moment.
I'm sorry. I don't want to hurt you or Grant.
Then what is all this nonsense about Carl Hutchins?
I found something out. I wasn't looking for it. It just happened.
What?
I have documented proof that Grant accepted huge campaign contributions from businesses that had dealings with Carl Hutchins, businesses that he knew were dirty. Now, I've never asked your advice before, but I'm asking you now. How do we handle this?
Thought you only tortured other people.
You here to work?
Actually, I have to cancel tomorrow's session.
Why didn't you just call? You could do that from a wheelchair.
Oh, what's the matter? Didn't you make me feel guilty enough?
Thought guilt was your specialty.
What are you doing here?
Looking for you. Liz told me you were here.
Oh, good old Aunt Liz, always so eager to please the Coreys.
Sam tells me that you want to spend time with Allie.
That's right.
Why?
Because I love her. We got very close when you were spending all that time with Evan Bates.
Oh, we're on that level, are we?
I take it you're not going to let me see her.
You don't give two hoots about Allie.
I do so.
You know how much Sam loves his child, and you're using her to try to get him back. Well, it won't work. You might as well stop avoiding your therapy, too, because being injured isn't going to work either.
Does Sam know how cold you are?
I'm not cold.
I think you are.
I've been made to face some harsh realities. That's all. I'm good at it now. Here's one for you. You can dote on Allie. You can play the cripple. You can pull anything else out of your little bag of tricks. The bottom line is Sam doesn't love you. He never did. Whatever it is that you had with him, it's over.
Amanda, I have some harsh realities for you, too, and I don't think you've even begun to face them.
Damn it! Don't you ever do that to me again!
Oh, come off your high horse. You were screaming like a banshee. I didn't want the neighbors calling the cops. These walls aren't exactly that thick.
You meant to scare me.
I Get out of here, I didn't.
Well, why else would you be sitting here in the dark, Jake?
I was thinking.
Oh, please.
Besides, if the lights were on, you would have not come home, right? We wouldn't have this little conversation we're having here. Who are the presents for, as if I need to ask?
I want you out of here now.
And they want ice water in hell. What do you think you're doing?
Calling Rachel's house. You remember Maurice, that big, burly chauffeur who's just dying to punch your lights out?
Hang up the phone, Paulina.
Yeah.
Hang up the phone, Paulina, or I'm going to call every newspaper that I can get the number to and tell them that Senator Harrison still has a thing for married women. Good girl.
I mean it, Jake. You're not running things around here
Bad
anymore.
move, Paulina. Really bad move.
You don't even know what you're talking
You
about.
think I don't know what's going in that head of yours? You think that I don't know what you're gonna do with these party favors?
Put the box down.
What is this? Is this a robe so that classy Senator Harrison can put it on after you guys do the nasty?
Ah, you're disgusting.
I'm disgusting. You are a married woman. You're tiptoeing over here so that you and the senator can do the hucklebuck in my house.
That is not why I'm here. We're just gonna talk.
All you need to talk is chips and dip.
You can't stop me, Jake. I have to tell him the truth. This marriage and all the lies, it's killing me, Jake. It's killing me.
Who wants to stop you?
You do.
Yeah, well, I know how you are when you have your mind made up. You do what you want.
We won't get the money.
Well, I'm gonna be loaded when the video comes out, so what do I care?
Okay. So why are you here, Jake?
I just thought I'd come keep you company until the senator comes to claim his little prize.
Now, where did you find this so-called proof?
Carl's suite.
Ah, don't you know a setup when you see one? Hutchins was getting even with you for putting him away.
Dad, I spent the better part of the night on the phone. It all checks out.
Now, you asked me what I think we should do.
Yeah, that's right.
Bury it.
What?
This will absolutely ruin Grant.
Don't you think I know that?
And if he's dishonored, his whole cause will be dishonored.
Dad, I would rather die than know this about Grant.
Then know something else about Grant. He cares about the same people you do. The poor, the homeless. If you bring this ancient mistake to life, you won't only bury your brother, you'll deprive all of the people he's helping.
Dad, it's not just a mistake. Grant is in this up to his eyeballs.
Ryan, look, I know that you and I have never understood one another. I'm not asking you to understand me now, but for once in your life, just do as I ask. Burn that material. Let Hutchins take the fall on his own.
Dad, he is not going to do that. He's the one who showed me what the stuff was to begin with. Dad, he wants immunity so bad that he can taste it. Now, you don't think that he's going to sell that to the DA in a heartbeat?
Now, where are you going?
He said that Grant was in the ballroom, right?
You said you wanted to handle this.
I do, but my way. Now, I kept Grant's name out of Carl's trial because you asked me to, and I never should have done that.
I won't let you do this to your brother.
Dad, you have to let Grant take his lumps. Now, he broke the law. You can't just sweep that under the carpet and pretend that it didn't happen.
It didn't happen. At least, not the way you think it did.
What do you mean?
You're after the wrong Harrison. It's not Grant you want. It's me.
I told Sam that it wouldn't last with you two.
I'm sure you did.
It'll be just like it was the last time, Amanda.
Just what did you say to Sam?
It was a challenge for you to take him away from me. And I'm sure you're telling yourself that this time it'll last forever, but it won't. One man's love just isn't enough for you.
You don't know anything about me.
Of course I do. I've spent just as much time sizing you up as you have doing the same thing to me. You'll get remarried. It'll be fun for a while. And then you'll get a little bored with the domestic routine, and some new guy will show up, and he'll start to flatter you that the way Evan used to do, and he'll make you feel like you're
All right,
so
just
exciting.
shut up.
Just leave us alone.
got a message you wanted to meet me here. What's wrong?
Grant, it's after 8. I don't know how much longer we can put this
You
off.
don't want him to get bored out there, you
Well,
know.
Rachel's trying to find Dad and Ryan. It shouldn't be too long.
All right. If I were you, I think you might want to give that speech now.
Why?
It's an avenue of escape.
I was forced to give someone a backstage pass. I didn't think she'd actually come.
You didn't? Hello, Donna.
Hi.
Hi, Donna. How are you?
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Want to be the first to call you Senator Harrison.
Thank you.
Actually, Spencer beat you to it, Mother. Oh, really? Was he able to make it tonight?
Where else would he be?
Nowhere. Well, you'll be glad to know that security here is excellent. The guard checked a special VIP list before he let me come back. Well, good, because Grant needs peace and quiet.
He's got a
tonight.
very important speech to make.
I was surprised to see that Iris's name was not on the guest list.
Oh.
I'll bet. They're over there. Speak of the devil. How did she get back here?
Easy. She's got the mayor with her.
Oh, Grant, I'm so thrilled. We wanted to be the first to call you Senator Harrison.
Take a number.
Thank you, Iris, and thank you, Andrew, for your show of support.
It's my pleasure. Can I briefly fill you in on what I plan to say?
Of course, we shouldn't have any duplication. Let's go back.
So, where's Rachel? She's looking for Spencer and Ryan, excuse me.
Oh, good. I can't wait to congratulate him.
I'll bet. Darling Spencer, he must be walking on air tonight.
You? Your money was dirty?
Keep it down. Here comes Rachel.
Ryan, finally, there you are.
What is it, Rachel?
Well, Grant is ready to give his speech. He wants you both out there with him.
Well, Ryan and I, we have some details to work out about tonight, but we'll be there as soon as we can.
I promised him I was going to come back with both of you. Certainly whatever this is can wait.
No, it can't, Rachel.
All right. All right, I'll explain to Grant.
I'll see you later.
I want you to tell me everything now.
It's not that complicated. Grant found out that I'd had some dealings with Hutchins. He was afraid what would happen if somebody found out about it, so he arranged to cover for me.
You're the one who was in business with Hutchins?
I didn't know Hutchins was taking money from the same people I was. When you start with nothing like I did, and somebody offers you money, you don't ask questions.
You're lying.
Why would I be lying?
Because you're covering for Grant. You'd do anything for Grant. It's always been that way.
Ryan, you're right. Everything you thought about me is true. I built my so-called empire by being friendly to people like Carl. I never cared about where the money came from, as long as there was plenty of it.
Oh, you're too smart for that.
Oh, yes, I'm smart, all right.
So Hutchins wasn't the first. Come on, Dad, how long you been operating like this? You tell me right now or else I'm going straight to Grant.
Since the beginning.
Oh, for God's sake. Why?
It's the land of opportunity, right? That's why my father brought me over. Unfortunately, he proceeded to die before he even got to America. So there I was, 13 years old and all alone. Everywhere. Every time I went to find work, there was always a sign in the window saying, "No Irish need apply." And there were times, Ryan, that I thought I was going to starve to death. Then people introduced me to a man who didn't care if you were Irish or not. So long as you did as you were told.
And you did.
Yes, I did. I learned about business, his business, from the bottom up. And I'll tell you something else. That served me better than an MBA from Harvard.
So what were you involved in, Dad? What, racketeering, numbers, extortion, all of the above?
No. I went out on my own and I made it pay. Only I added a few refinements. You see, any money I made, I put into things that were legitimate. Turned out I was pretty good at that, too. So, the legitimate side started making a profit. The next thing you knew, I was lace curtain Irish, respectable.
You took money like that from people like that and you call yourself respectable?
I created jobs. I hired anyone, as long as they were qualified, no matter where they came from or what color they were.
Does Grant know about this?
Oh, no, he only knows about Hutchins.
I cannot believe this.
The question is, what are you going to do about it?
So, you're gonna tell him everything, huh?
Yep, everything.
What do you think's gonna happen?
I don't really care, but anything would be better than this.
Think so, huh?
Nope. I know so.
Mr. Spot. There's something in just a couple of weeks, we're both gonna get what we want. I'm gonna get the money, you're gonna get your freedom.
I really can't take it
See, the
anymore,
thing of
Jake.
it is that Grant is a senator now.
I know that.
And with your past, I just don't see how you're gonna be an asset for a political career.
Grant loves me.
Oh, that's before he knew about the situation you're in. What if he doesn't? What if he doesn't like it? What if he tells his daddy? What if his daddy tells his best friend, Rachel?
Stop it.
I think
Just
maybe you should
stop it.
reconsider your main event here, Paulina. Not that I would care one way or the other.
Your little boyfriend is here, Iris.
Thank you, Donna. Well, I guess you'd better meet Mrs. Hudson.
It's a great evening, isn't it?
How do you do? I didn't know you were a Harrison supporter.
Since I was in college.
When was that, last year?
That's cute. Listen, I was in the Attorney General's office when Grant put Carl Hutchins away the first time.
Are you really?
Yes, let's just hope they put him away for good this time.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me, I'm getting a glass of champagne.
Donna, maybe you could help Kevin with his case.
What does that mean?
Well, you were married to him, weren't you? And you're still friends, aren't you?
Darling, you're going to love spending time with Iris. She has the most wonderful stories. She has a very good working knowledge of the last 3 or 4 decades before you were alive.
Excuse me 1 second.
Mayor, I'll see you later.
Rachel. Did you find Spencer and
I found them. Well, where are
If
they?
we don't start soon, we are going to lose momentum. And
I can't entertain that mayor windbag one more minute.
But I think they're talking about something very important. I mean, it must be, obviously.
Well, what do we do now?
We've got to get started, all right? Do you think I can get him to vamp for a while?
You won't be able to pull him off with a hook.
Better than nothing. Fair.
Is something going on? I think so. Something bad? I don't know. It looks like it might be a moment of truth.
I can't believe this. You know, you were always the one who was so self-righteous. One who drummed it into our heads that we have to bring honor to the Harrison name.
I never saw anything wrong in what I did. It was those hair splitters at the federal government.
So is that how Grant found out? Through the subcommittee?
The investigator who discovered my involvement, he was friendly with Grant. He owed him a favor. He showed the report to Grant before he submitted it to the committee. And Grant, he took care of it.
By becoming Signet.
He thought if he got Hutchins put away, he could justify withholding the information about me.
So he gave the information to Kathleen McKinnon, who gave up her identity and her marriage, and you just thought it was business as usual.
You still haven't said what you're going to do. Are you going to ruin your brother's life? Ruin the family name?
Me? Me ruin the family name? You're the one who has been taking money from people like Carl Hutchins.
I see. That's how you intend to look at it.
Dad, there's no other way to...
You hear that? That's for your brother. Oh, Ryan, for once, take off those idealistic, rose-colored glasses. Look at the world as it is.
I am, Dad. And it makes me sick.
$28, $29, $30. Good. That's great.
I have to do the other arm now.
I don't have too much time, Olivia.
Okay, listen. I need some advice.
I don't think I'm the person you should be asking advice.
You're still my friend, aren't you?
Well, of course I am.
Okay, the thing is, I don't think that I can count on a career as a professional dancer.
Olivia, you have to give this a chance.
Let me finish, okay?
Okay.
So, I don't have training for anything else, and just to keep busy, you know, I was wondering if maybe you would like me to sit for you again?
I don't think that's a good idea for either one of us.
Just a thought.
Look, I really have to
What made you
all
choose
right?
Amanda over me?
Why are you doing this,
Because I
Olivia?
need to. I thought that we were so close, and then I just lost you.
It wasn't like
Was
that.
I too pushy? Is that it?
No, you weren't too pushy.
Well, Sam, I felt so happy and so complete when I was with you, and then to find out that you were never happy at all.
Look, this
it
isn't
kind of-
getting us anywhere, all right?
The least you can do is tell me where I screwed up.
You didn't screw up, Olivia. It wasn't like that.
Well, then tell me what it was like.
Look, I tried to forget Amanda. I wanted to be over her. But what happened is I ended up getting over what she did. And once I'd done that, I realized that I still loved her.
So it never had anything to do with me?
What Amanda and I have, it just wasn't over, Olivia.
Do you know what today is?
Other than Thursday, no, what?
1 year ago today, your divorce became final.
You remember that?
Oh, yes. I remember being with you when you got the papers. I also remember holding you when you couldn't stop talking about Amanda and all the terrible things she had did to you. You know, it just occurred to me maybe I was too good. I mean, maybe I should be more like Amanda, you know, a real lying bitch.
Goodbye, Olivia.
Goodbye.
As soon as Mayor Whitehall concludes his remarks, Senator-elect Harrison is expected to appear and address the crowd.
Would you please just go?
That's Mayor Whitehall. He could talk for a half hour.
I'm going to tell Grant everything, and I don't care what happens after that.
Suit yourself.
Fine, I will.
You're doing great, Jake. Just great. All right, you want to blow it all? Suppose I tell you what's going to happen.
Suppose you just go.
Well, Paulina, this could be our last night forever.
Well, that alone would make everything else worth it.
The
wouldn't it?
doorbell rings, and who should it be but Senator Harrison, and he is fresh from his big Senate victory.
I'm not listening, Jake.
Shows up, the candles are going, the champagne tastes like silk. Little fusion jazz music going. And the hors d'oeuvres are tasty. Is that about how you pictured it? Slow dissolve to the love scene. And you slip his clothes off and he unbuttons your blouse. Button by button. And it's just the two of you. Kissing. By the candlelight. And then it's time to slip between the cool sheets. Or maybe you're gonna do right there. And that's when you say, wait a minute, Grant, I have to tell you something.
You're pulling a number on me, Jake,
No,
and I
I'm
won't
trying
have
to do
it.
the opposite of pull a number on
Yeah,
you.
well, why do
I'm
you
trying to let you
care?
know what's good. What?
You don't even want me.
Yeah, right.
So I go down in flames. Who cares? What does it matter to you?
I just think you need a little reality check here. You're gonna tell him that you almost blew me away? That you were gonna let Marley take the rap for it? That you're facing a felony charge?
No.
Oh, and you're trying to fake a scam out to extract the money from the Corey mansion with the person that you almost killed.
You're wrong.
I think it's gonna put a dampener on the evening, honey, no matter how you set the table.
I meant I am not living with your version of what happened anymore.
My version happens to be the truth.
No, it's not. And that's what I'm going to tell Grant.
Ryan.
Dad, just give me about 15 seconds to take this all in, okay?
I know how hard this is
You know,
for
but
you.
Dad, a lot of things are beginning to make sense.
What things?
Oh, just the small things, Dad, like my life. Why you always wanted me to be acceptable. How you always didn't want me to bring attention to myself. You know, I always thought that was because of who I was, or mainly who I wasn't. But you see, now I know. Now I know that it's about you. It's always been about you. How you didn't want some ne'er-do-well son to bring you into the limelight because you knew what you were into.
I always wanted the best for you.
Yeah,
I always did.
And then when I didn't fit in line, when I just didn't fall in line for you, oh, then you were great. Then you played the wounded father bit to the hilt, and you made sure that I knew what a disappointment I was to you.
Don't you understand? I wanted to help you. I wanted to give you a better chance at life than I had.
Sure, that's always the excuse, right? You were born poor, so now all bets are off. You had it bad, so now you're above the law. That you don't, you can have whatever you want just because you wanted it.
What I thought was I wasn't hurting anyone.
No. Carl was doing all the hurting, and you just kept him in business.
Well, I suppose if you look at it that way.
Well, how else can I look at it? See, no wonder you went nuts when I wanted to be a cop. I mean, what is this, some sort of cosmic payback? I mean, see, I just can't believe it. It was like when you came into the hospital that night, the night that Grant was shot. You walked in, and you made me feel as if I had caused it. And you were so full of yourself that I was wondering if you were right. And you knew that Grant was shot because he was protecting you. It's always been about you. It was you. You know, I used to think that I had you pegged. But I don't even know you.
I'm your father.
Not anymore.
Fighting for what you believe in is what life is all about.
I can't believe it.
What?
I come out of the elevator, I smell this incredible smell, and I say to myself, this cannot be coming from my place.
Surprise.
I love it when you're domestic.
Oh, actually, this came from the catering place across the street from the office.
Oh, I don't care. You know how to warm things up better than anybody I know.
Oh, thank you.
So what's for dinner?
Salmon with beurre blanc sauce.
Beurre blanc sauce.
And a salad that I made myself, I might add.
All right, all right.
Actually, I'm trying to be a little more domestic than I was last time.
Yeah?
Shall we go sit down?
This won't burn?
Oh, no. You couldn't kill it with a baseball
Okay,
bat.
wait.
It's okay. Stop. Do you want some wine or something?
No, I want you to sit down, and I want you to tell me all about your day.
My day?
Yes.
Well, it was... Hold this.
Okay.
It was fine.
Was it busy?
No, not so bad. Actually, I took a walk. I did some thinking.
About what?
Who do you think?
Oh. One more?
Yeah. Sam, I think we should get remarried. You look surprised.
Well, I guess I am. I didn't know we were in a hurry.
Oh, no. No, we're not. You can put that back. We're not. I just think that we both know what we want. And it would be great for Allie.
Well, Allie knows we love each other again. I think that's the important thing.
You want to put this off?
Well, no, I just want us to know that we're both sure.
I am. Aren't you?
Did you know that, 1 year ago today, our divorce was final?
It was.
Yep.
And you remembered?
Something reminded me. Look, Amanda, I don't want either one of us to have to go through anything like that again.
We won't. You've been talking to Olivia, haven't you? She has you thinking like this.
And nobody tells me how to think. You know that, especially not Olivia.
Sam, I don't know if you can ever understand what it's like to live with what I did. I can't even go to sleep at night without thinking about all the pain that I caused you, and Allie, and ultimately for myself. Wondering how I could have been so stupid and wrong. What do I have to do to show you that I would never do anything like that again? And that I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
And now the time has come. The reason we're all here tonight.
The mayor's winding up his speech. Where's Spencer and Ryan?
They're here. Rachel told me they're here.
Well, I want them up there with me.
I know, but they told Rachel they were talking about something important.
Now?
Rachel. You ready for your big moment?
What did my father say?
Well, why don't you be down?
Well, what are they talking about?
Sit down. I mean, it could be anything. Listen, I'll go up and I'll tell them that they have to go down right now.
Thank you.
The courage of this conviction. The other candidates shied away from issues like poverty, hunger, the plague called AIDS, homelessness, but not this man.
I know you wanted Ryan and your dad to be here, and I don't know why they're not here. Look, this is your night, all right? You made it happen, and all these people, they're waiting for you, so just forget about your dad, all right? I mean, he's gonna have to watch it on videotape or something. Get out there. You know what you have to do, and you know where you have to be.
You taught me how to know that, Vicky.
Get out there.
No, I mean it. I'll never forget the spirit and the joy you brought to my campaign. And to my life. Hey, get me out of here early tonight, will you? I've got a private celebration to attend.
Deal.
All right.
Deal. Go on.
A man who is as tough on organized crime as he is compassionate to those in need, this state's favorite son, Senator Grant Harrison!
You think you had it so tough? If I talked to my father the way you talked to me, I'd have been picking myself up off the floor.
Oh, yeah, you're a real improvement.
Nothing I did was ever good enough for you.
So what do you want me to say to that?
That even if you don't understand, you show a little respect.
Well, let me tell you something about respect. It can't just be given. It has to be earned.
Ah, I see.
And I really wish you had earned it. Because all that money of yours, all that dirty money, where's it gonna get you now?
What? You're turning me in.
Doesn't matter what I do, Dad. It's all over. Carl made me see it that way, so why don't you make it easy on yourself? Just turn yourself in.
Where are you going?
I'm going to do what I have to do. I'm gonna call the DA. I'm not gonna lie anymore, Dad. I'm not gonna let you turn me into what you are.
You're really going to do this?
I didn't do it, Dad. You did it.
Spencer, what are you still doing here? Granny's going to make his speech. He wants you with him.
I've waited all my life to stand behind him tonight, but now I can't do it.
Oh.
Rachel, there are some things about me that you don't know.
Well, I kind of figured that.
I want to tell you because it seems you're going to find out about it anyway.
What are you doing?
What you told me to do.
Yeah, well, I have to lock up.
Is that all you're going to say?
What do you want me to say? That you've had a miraculous recovery?
Maybe.
You're really serious about this now?
34, 35, dead serious.
What happened?
Oh, it's become apparent to me that being a victim isn't going to get me anywhere.
Well, what do you know? It took you longer than most, but you finally figured it out.
Right. So, get me well. I'm about to recover, even if it kills me.
You know, ever since I met you, I've let you push me around. I let you tell me what to do. But those days are over, pal. You're not in control anymore.
Hey, I don't even know what you're talking about.
I picked up that gun because you drove me to it. It went off because you were pushing me around again.
Yeah, well, you and I remember that evening 2 different ways.
Well, fine. I'll take my chances with the judge and jury. Because I'll tell you something, Jake. It's better than living the rest of my life under your thumb. Now, get out.
Listen,
It's over.
Paulina, I know I made you miserable. I don't want you to go through any more bad times.
Yeah, right.
Do you really think that Grant is going to understand all this?
I don't know, Jake. I really don't know. All I know is that I love him more than I ever thought it was possible to love anyone. You see, at first, I thought that I could get you off my back and still have Grant. But everything... No, listen to me. Everything got dragged out. He's not accepting my lies anymore. I'm gonna lose him for sure if I don't tell him the truth. It's my only chance.
Okay, if he stays, do you think anything's going to be the same? Do you think the way he looks at you is going to be the same? Do you think the way that he touches you is going to be the same?
No, you're not gonna do this to me
You're
anymore.
gonna lose
I'm not
everything.
gonna let you.
You're going to lose everything and you're going to walk away with nothing. Not money, not anything. You just think about that.
Fine. Fine, I will. Now get out.
I stand before you a happy man, a man energized by your mandate, a vow to do my utmost to create hope for those who have none, to see to it that every man, woman, and child has access to all of his or her inalienable rights, and most importantly, the right to the pursuit of happiness. To see to it that this great land of ours becomes a nation where any person can see the possibility of having it all.
Oh, listen to that crowd. They love him.
Why can't you be there with him?
I just want you to know that the things that I did,
I pledge to place a new
I was only trying to make a better life for my family.
What thing, Spencer?
All right, Dad, it's time.
Wait a minute, he's in the
Please,
middle of
Rachel.
Protect the rights of children,
Excuse me.
to seek new resources for beleaguered public schools. I firmly believe that you
Listen,
will
Dad,
let
I know
me,
how,
because you know, as I do,
how important
that this
tonight is for you,
country's
so,
most precious resource is its people.
We don't have to go for a few minutes, so why don't you go listen to the rest of the speech?
What about you?
You waiting?
John F. Kennedy once stated that if a free society cannot help the many who are poor, it cannot save the few who are rich. I learned that lesson from another Irishman, my father. He came to this
Where have you
country
been?
with nothing.
Where's Ryan?
He worked hard, and he fought his way to the top. He never forgot where he came from, and he taught me never to forget the same lesson. My father taught me that I had a duty to future generations, to see to it that this country remains what it was for him, a land of opportunity where dreams still come true. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank my father, Spencer Harrison, for his support and for making his dream become my dream.